afternoon. Oh, burnt my tongue on my coffee. I drank it too quickly. Just going to make sure we're live. Just going to make sure I've got audio. There's a bit of a delay. We're live. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. You're more than welcome. Happy Thursday. Can you believe the weekend is soon upon us? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Welcome to this, the last Throwback Thursday. Abigail, you are here again. Seriously, it's becoming an addiction. I'm going to get hold of Mark this afternoon, see if we can get you on the show tomorrow. Mark Barney, you've been waiting for an hour and a half. Goodness me. Andrew, Daniel, Heather, Linda, Irene. Hi, Irene. Fraser, how are you, my friend? You're going to miss the Thursday afternoons. Maureen, it will be replaced with something just as good. I promise you. Debbie Cottrell, your favorite day of the week. Really, Debbie? You had to work on Tuesday, Jacko. You've sent me a list, Jacko. My goodness, Jack. Just what you would like to see, Jacko. I could fill an hour. Oh, look, Potters have dropped in. Good afternoon, Potters. How are you? Dusting off the cobwebs on some of those rooms, no doubt. Linda, my birthday this weekend. They're so quick. My birthday this weekend. Daughter has a surprise for me. Really? Okay. Hi, Stuart, Sheila, Nicola, Abigail, Jamie, Heather, Meg. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm going as quick as I can. So keep those comments coming. I'll try and get them up. You know what software's like. This might all crash. If it does, I'll be back. Hang on for me. We've got an hour of memories. I have been here all day. I was clean shaven when I started this. Even my mum had a go at me yesterday. She went, "Oh, your beard. I'm going to have to shave that off when we get on resort tomorrow. Can't let Judy see me like this. It's all right when we're in hibernation, but when we have to come out and face the world." Let's start with some music, shall we? Let's take you back for a little bit of disco from the 1970s. This was a show called Variety. Had many things in it, many highlights. One of them was roller skating dancers and Sean in an afro. Don't believe me?
So slowly into some men who need more than the end. Their life is a bad to a woman who has made too many bets. The mirror stares you in the face and says, "Be in the world." You say your prayers so you go there. You dance as you go.
What year? What year? What year? I should do that as a quiz, shouldn't I? Name the year. It's difficult. It's difficult for me. I've got all of the chronicles. I've got it all. We didn't always label everything as we should. I'm guessing 2000 and Fleanne was watching. She could tell me. Sam Hawkins was watching. I mean, Sean's hair, to be honest, it's probably that long now. What with lockdown and with barbers being closed. So 2000, you reckon? Yeah, could well be. Yeah, it was Nikki on her skates. Sean looks good. He does. Yes, he does, even with that hair. So, request time. Several of you over the last few weeks have been asking for some of the old stuff from the 1980s, especially the Stagecoach, the Wild West routine, where I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen it. I'll set it up. I've edited this clip, so I solved two problems, two requests. The first was to try and find a really good version of Dueling Banjos with Graham and Ronnie. I did that by default by finding this clip of the Wild West Stagecoach. So Busby built a stagecoach. We did an American Express show, and it started with a trip back in time to the good old days of the Wild West. And the idea is the stagecoach has arrived. It's about to leave. It's off on its journeys. And Andy Feet is the drunk vicar. And Kate Knight, Katrina, is trying to sing a song while they try and board her onto the stagecoach. I'm making it far more complicated than it actually is. Okay, make sure I got the right clip. So, bit of comedy and then Dueling Banjos. Enjoy.
I'll tell you while they're playing it. As you get on the coast there just before you leave, how about singing one of them there saloon stars? Are you sure? Yeah. We had a good time. We're leaving. No, you'll be okay. She can get on the coach. She's singing a song. Push. Oh, it can be fine. Oh, yeah.
Once I had a secret love. Love.
my goodness, I just noticed. Look at my. Hang on. Look at my hair. Look at me there at the back. I mean, I've got the moustache. I've got the mullet. Look at that. Oh, those were the days. And Busby with hair, yes. Jackie, you're welcome. I'm so glad I found that one for you. And so many of you are remembering that. How good is that? Okay, let's have a little bit of nostalgia now. We'll end from the music just for a while. I'm going to come back with Ronnie in a moment. But first, let's have a little look at a news item that was on our local TV. You may never have seen this. I think over the few years we've shown it a few times. This was Anglian News doing a report on the very last wooden hut that we blew up. Brian and Judy blew up the very last wooden hut. So this footage features the late, great Brian Potter. And some of the guests are on here as well, talking about Potter's Pass. It's only short, but again, a great trip down memory lane.
Hopton-on-Sea, the seaside village on the Norfolk-Suffolk border, rocked to the sound of an explosion today. No cause for alarm, though. It was carefully planned and marked a very important anniversary for a family by the name of Potter. Exactly 80 years ago, a young solicitor's clerk in Norwich won what was then a fortune in a national newspaper competition. Herbert Edward Potter used his winnings to give hundreds of thousands of people a holiday, and it all started with timber huts.
£500 was a fortune in 1913, but that's what Herbert Edward Potter won after entering a competition in the Sunday Chronicle newspaper. With the money, he decided to build Britain's first holiday camp with timber huts. From earning just 4 shillings and sixpence a week as a solicitor's clerk, Herbert Potter was on his way to success. The huts had electric light and a tiled roof. A week's board and accommodation started from the grand sum of £2, 2 shillings a week. It went up to £2, 7 and 6 during August bank holiday. Today, 3 generations later, grandson Brian Potter decided it was time to say goodbye to the last remaining timber hut. The hidey-high image was blasted to bits. In its place stands a huge modern complex boasting every sporting activity imaginable. Nothing remotely resembling a hut, instead modern bungalows.
We have taken advantage of grandfather's pioneer days and his forethought and his timing, and we've taken those generations on. And each generation has its own change. And we've seen so much change in this industry from the time when, in his era, people had no choice of where to go on holiday. It was principally, perhaps, guest houses, the seaside landlady. And there wasn't the choice that obviously there is today.
But even that huge choice of today doesn't impress the old-timers who reckon Hopton-on-Sea has it all. Potter's has moved with the times. So have Jack and Vi. They've been here 22 times, and they remember the timber huts.
During the year 75, we had 2 inches of snow.
Here?
Yeah.
In June?
And poor old Tom was in that hut, and it was freezing. But they handed out all blankets to us, and we had the heaters going in the shelves, what heater we could get.
And also watching the demise of the last hut, Grace Baker. She's been to Potter's over 40 times, and she remembers the timber huts too.
They had a couple of windows, a door in the middle, and a little veranda on the front. But like that, very much like that.
Were they comfortable?
Yes, bare necessities. 2 beds, a little basin in the corner for washing, and used to hang your clothes behind a curtain in one corner.
Not even an explosive end like this can take away those precious memories.
It was a bit of fun, and it was a bit of nostalgia, and I don't think grandfather would have minded.
Of course he wouldn't. It was, so many of you remember that, and 1 or 2 of you were there. Christine, you make a good point. It's a shame one of those huts wasn't saved, but guess what? Next week, maybe unveiling something maybe Sue, maybe live from there next week. Jacko, is Grace who styled your hair on, Nigel? Grace, who styled my, what then? It wasn't styled. And yeah, we couldn't have put Johnny Laff in that wooden hut. That would have been unfair. He was, what year though? That was the point. That was pre-hotel. Pre the hotel. No, Grace didn't cut my hair, and it was so many clips I have like that. So looking forward to you seeing the history room. I'm not going to say too much, but and oh, Meg's made a good point there. Meg, where you been, Lynn? Herbert will be so proud of what the family has achieved. Yes, through all diversity, you know, through crikey, we all thought norovirus was bad when that became an epidemic, but my goodness, nothing could have prepared us for this, and yet we are still here. 101 years. Here's to the next 99. Let's make it to 200. What have I got for you next? Oh no, I know what I was going to do. We saw a little bit of Ronnie and with Graham Adams, but I'm going to show you Ronnie's family in a minute, because it is ridiculous how talented this family is. But several of you asked for more Ronnie, especially performing a little bit of this. Here is Layla.
What do you do if you get lonely? Nobody's waiting by your side. You've been running hiding much too long. You know it's just your foolish crime. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, daddy, please, Layla.
As nice a guy as he is talented, and so many lovely comments for Ronnie there. He was indeed, and a master in the bamboo bar. That's right. Before it was the terrace bar, we knew it as the bamboo. Graham Hubble on keyboards there, great keyboard player, and Ronnie Neil Westgate on drums. Going back there again to the noughties, the early noughties. Honey, we will do these. This may be the last one of the Throwback Thursdays for a while, but that doesn't mean it won't be the last live stream. We're going to keep the live streams going. We're just going to be on resort, and we're going to be talking about the future over the next few weeks, because that's obviously very exciting with May rapidly approaching. So I'm hoping this is going to work, because I've linked up a couple of external pages here. I said, obviously, I don't need to say it. You can see Ronnie West, incredibly talented. You imagine having a son who's incredibly talented. That would be understandable for Ronnie, but he's got two, Ricky and Brian. So first of all, you can find them both on Facebook, Brian Westrip, Ricky Westrip. They're on YouTube. Let's have a look at Brian first. This is, if it works, this is Brian. And of course, he plays guitar and keyboards, and he sings. And if one talented son wasn't enough, here's Ricky. That's enough of that. It makes me... What is it they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What a family. I know. Wow. Indeed, Heather. Many of you remember in the bamboo bar. Yes, Ronnie was king of the bamboo bar and the terrace bar, to be honest. What great nights we had. So, yeah, hopefully Ronnie will be down to see us this summer. It would be great to catch up with him and the family. Now to a gentleman who many of you will see on Resort Buzz. But I found some clips of Buzz that I haven't seen myself for so long. So let me just, can I play this at the same? No, I'll have to do a quick intro. So this is what Buzz gets up to on his day off. This was all filmed. This wasn't done on behalf of the resort. This wasn't done because we needed somebody to dress up as a banana or in the Fat Man suit or get thrown out of Tesco's for stealing the bananas. You see what I mean?
I can't let you do this to my baby. I'll take them up. Can't believe it. I'm setting on my baby free. Look. I'm gonna set you free. We're gonna... my little sister! How can you eat my family? Oh no! Oh, take it! That's my family, man! Thank you.
Could you leave the store, please?
What do you mean?
Leave the
No!
store. You're being too loud.
No!
Leave the store. Come with me.
I'm just doing my shopping, man! I'm chasing Thriller! No! Fight it! I'm doing the food, man! That's all I'm doing, man! I'm doing the food!
Quiet. Keep quiet.
You can't just from here!
You're leaving the store. You're leaving the store. Stop off.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's Buzz, and that's all waiting for you again this summer. Crazy. It genuinely thrown out of Tesco's for making too much noise and for trying to steal the bananas. One young man that was asked for, especially by you, Anne, I haven't forgotten, I promised you I would play this, and I have it for you. One young man who joined us very young and stayed with us for a few years was actually a love interest of our very own Rachel Beatty, wasn't he, Rachel, for a while? You and Reuben Jones. And unfortunately didn't work out. That would have what a talented couple that would have made. Reuben Jones had a beautiful voice. I have him here just singing Love Changes Everything from Aspects of Love. So let's just for a couple of minutes just remember the beautiful voice that was Reuben Jones, and let me know in the comments if you remember him.
Back with us here. And boy, are we glad to see him back again. What a great talent, ladies and gentlemen. Singing a great song from Aspects of Love. Love Changes Everything. Please welcome Reuben Jones.
Love changes everything. Hands and faces, earth and sky. Love changes everything. How you live and how you die. Love could make the summer fly, or a night seem like a lifetime. Yes, love changes everything. Now I tremble at your name. Love will never, never let you be the same. Love changes everything. Days are longer and words mean more. Love changes everything. Pain is deeper than before. Love will turn your world around, and that world will last forever. Yes, love changes everyone, brings you glory, brings you shame. Nothing in this world will ever be the same. Off into the world we go, planning futures and shaping years. Love bursts in and suddenly all our wisdom disappears. Love makes fools of everyone. All the rules we make are broken. Yes, love changes everyone. Live or perish in his flame. Love will never, never let you be the same. Love will never, never let you be the same.
Wonderful. Reuben Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wonderful, Reuben Jones. Jenny, if I'd have put Gethsemane on, it's about 9 minutes long, Reuben's version. So I went for the shorter one, but I do have it. Lots of you asking for Johnny Wade. He is coming up. It's not Neil Diamond. It's a little bit Sinatra. After this next one, I have Johnny back in 1985 singing New York, New York. Thank you for your comments regarding Reuben. Hope you're well, Reuben, if you ever get to see this. Up next is going to be a bit of comedy, and I have to thank Stephen Bench for this. Thank you, Stephen, for pointing me in the right way. Thanks to Steve. I said I want to show the Morris dancing, but I want to be able to show it with Mark in it and Busby in it and Richard in it and James in it, and Steve had it. So if you want to have a look at some more of the comedy, check out Steve's YouTube page because he has some great stuff on there. This is going back, oh, you tell me, Steve, when was this? The funny thing about this, what I loved watching this was you can hear Steve, he's giggling all the way through it, which is great. So let's take you back for a little bit of Mary from the Dairy, as so many of you have asked. I do believe Johnny Laff is with us. Johnny, enjoy this again. Nobody, not even Kylie Minogue, can wear shorts like you.
We'll sing you a song, a lovely song about a girl called Mary. She's one of a kind you'll never find a maiden so contrary. She's not that shy, so my's on my, it's best that yous be wary. Just heed these words, cause we've all learned that Mary is quite scary. Oh, yeah.
No scary, no scary. Mary, Mary from the dairy, quite a girl with legs so hairy. She said she'd be mine, be my hairy Valentine.
Mary had a little white van, she kept it in the garage. She gave her cough a leg full off and drove it down to Harwich.
That's not weird! Mary was... No, I was nothing that he made sense! I'm sorry. Mary took me fishing because her boat was one of her dad's. She came back with cockles and whelks and I came back with the crabs.
Mary had a little lamb, she ties it to a pylon, 10,000 volts shot up its and turned its wool to nylon.
Mary loved that little lamb. She kept it in a bucket. And every time the lamb got out, a bulldog tried to lose.
You can't say that, we've got kids in.
Scrubby. I'll get a cup of tea.
I can't help it that I'm ugly. I can't help it that I'll smell. I'll never be a model. I don't read and write that well. But there's one thing that I'm sure of. One thing that won't make me quit. I'm sexy and you know it.
And this is what I see. Everybody stops and they're staring at me. I've got passion in my face and I hate them saying shout. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know
You've lost one there, Mary. Come on, Mary, get him in for me.
Hearing you giggle, Steve. I don't know what to say about that. I do apologize if there's anybody watching that was eating when that was on. Johnny, only you, Johnny. Okay, how we doing? We got 15 minutes or so. So time for Mr. Johnny Wade. Going to take you back to 1985. So a young Johnny Wade being introduced by Graham Adams, me on the keyboards, Chris Flint on drums, Johnny Wade singing New York, New York. So the quality of this isn't great. I mean, for goodness sake, this is 1985. But enjoy all of those Johnny Wade fans out there that want a little bit of the man himself.
Start spreading the news, 'cause I'm leaving today, and I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York, these vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York, I wanna get up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find a king of the hill and top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York, and I make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Two tones and wait a time. New York, New York, where I wanna get up in a city that don't go to sleep, to find a king of the hill, head of the list, cream of the crop at the top of the heap. These little town blues. Come on, come through, New York, New York.
Johnny Wade, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry it wasn't Neil Diamond, but it was still a good song. I'm not sure exactly what sound that was I was playing on that keyboard or organ in those days. So two more left. The reason there's only two is the last one is a little bit special. It's 13 minutes long. It's not Gethsemane, Jenny. The last one is a bit of a comedy sketch that goes into a couple of songs that you're going to love, I think. So I'm going to end with that. That's 13 minutes long. I'm looking at the time, so we've got time for this one as well. Mac the Knife was brilliant too. Yes, I've got all that. It's there's so many. I could fill an hour of Johnny Wade singing. I was watching the Morris dancing and remembering when I taught those guys that routine, I had to choreograph that routine and try and make the rhymes work and make it funny. And the one that always forgot his lines was Buzz. And that's why Mark was laughing, because no matter what I wrote for Buzz to say, he would never remember it. So he just used to make it up. So the funny one I'd written for Mark that followed Busby's never got heard because Mark laughed too much at the fact that Busby couldn't do it. Which brings me on nicely to this next one, because if someone had said to me in 1980 something that the words I was writing to Cher's Turn Back Time would still be being performed 30 years later on the same stage, I would have thought they were crazy. But this is an example of how if something's funny, it works in 1985 and it works in 2020. Goodness me. So this is Turn Back Time featuring Mark. But what I've done, I've spliced together the 1989 version and the 2020-ish version. So you can see, one, he's still as attractive as ever, and two, comedy always works. So if you ever wanted to turn back time, this is the perfect song to do it to. It'll all make sense when you see it. Again, I apologize for the gratuity of the bottom.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words I'd had to, and you'd stay. If I could reach the stars, I'd give it all to you. Then you love me, night kiss I just had plastic surgery done. I got new face, new boobs, and legs and tongue. No one's a chance, I cannot come. And if I thought my eyes too old to sing the same old song. We better turn back time. If I could find a way, I'd take back these back. Whoa! Single, and you'd stay. If I could reach the stars, I'd give it all to you. And you love me like you used to do.
So you see what I did there? That's 30 years difference between those two clips. And he still fits in the same outfit. And it hasn't been washed either since, no. Andy Mace is with us. Macy Bum. I'm not turning into Jeff Goldblum, am I? I might be, actually. Good to see you, Andy. You're going to love this last section. You're going to be... It's sort of coincidence that Andy Mace has tuned in. Do you tune into Facebook? Because I'm going to end, Andy, with Forbidden Planet. Oh, yeah. Andy's just left the room crying. So Forbidden Planet was a massive show featuring rock and roll tunes. And we did our version of it. And Mark played an alien called Ariel. And we had all sorts of sketches. I've taken this down to 13 minutes just because, yes, Ensign Benson. I mean, that sums up the quality of the writing, doesn't it? I didn't write this one. This wasn't me. So this is the entire cast of what year, Andy? Come on. You can put it in there. I'm not even going to hazard a guess. Andy will tell me what year this was. So it's a bit of comedy, which you will want on a Thursday afternoon. And then it's going to finish with a couple of short little songs. And I'm going to end with Star Maker, because this version of Star Maker is with the old school. 1995. Goodness, that's more than 12 years ago. So this is a bit of comedy, a couple of little songs, and then Star Maker to finish with. Because what best to finish with Star Maker? You are always asking for it, and it's always ended the show. So it seems apt that we end this look back on nostalgia, not just today, but for the last few weeks. So thanks for your company. Thanks for being with me. I'm glad that we only had a couple of crashes and this one's gone smoothly. You watch it now crash and I'll drop out during this 13 minutes. So this is the end of Throwback Thursday for this week. At the end of Throwback Thursday for a while. Mark will be here tomorrow with his last Friday show, and I'll be here on Sunday night with whatever you want. If you would like a night at the musicals or some highlights from the movies, I will put a show together for Sunday night, because as of Monday, it's Mark's house party, and then we start on resort. So I'll be filming all next week and coming to you, sometimes live, with the people that are going to be entertaining you from May onwards, and the exciting new things to show you. Brand new rally carts. Oh my goodness, are they cool? The new garden bar, the brand new Atlas Theatre. It's going to be exciting. So look forward to that next week. I love you and leave you. Thanks for all your great comments. This, as I said, is a fitting way to end with, I need to get it first. Which one is it? Oh, just got to look for Andy Mace in green spandex. That's the one. Enjoy this, and I'll catch you on Sunday night. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe and look after each other. Bye.
Greetings, Ariel Hemorrhoid. I'm Captain Burke of the Starship Uranus, and I welcome you aboard this ship. We saved your life. You were facing him up. Schmuck, what the hell's going on? He can't say it. He won't speak to me. What's going on?
Well, I think the problem is, Captain, that you can't speak to him in the normal fashion these days.
What do you mean? Oh, no.
Well, my handheld computer here is telling me that to talk to this alien being,
yes,
you have to use a special tube.
A special tube?
Yes, indeed, Captain.
What sort of tube is it, Schmuck?
Well, it's special. It's a TIT tube, a translation information tube.
A translation information tube.
TIT for short.
Wait. Schmuck, what do I do with this tube?
Well, Captain, implausible though it sounds,
yes,
it says here on the tube that this tube must be inserted into the lower rear orifice module to speak to the alien.
You know, Schmuck, I was afraid you were going to say something like that. I'll insert the tube in the lower rear orifice module.
Oh, there it is, Captain. Look at that.
And very accommodating it is, too.
Put the little sucker in, that's it.
I've got it in there. Now then, Ariel Hemorrhoid, can you hear me? I'm Captain Burke of the Starship Uranus, and welcome.
What's the matter, Captain?
Well, she's not answering me, Schmuck. I don't think this is working at all well.
Have a look in the tube. Is there something in the tube?
Something in the tube?
Have a look.
Uhura, have you been making tea in this tube?
Why tea, Captain?
Well, it's blocked with tea leaves, Schmuck.
Tea leaves?
Yes.
Is there anything, well, can you see anything else?
Yes, I can.
What?
He's going on a long journey. Uhura, pass me the TIT cleaning stick.
My God.
This is bigger than it was last week.
Yes, it is indeed. That's it, put it in there. Go. There you go. There you go. Go. You got it.
We got something there, Schmuck.
Yeah,
Oh my God, the suit's coming up.
yes, he's decloaking. He's decloaking.
Is that better? Ariel Hemorrhoid, can you hear me now?
Ah! Greetings! Earthling Captain who has saved me from certain death. I was floating aimlessly out into space. All that has seemed to myself, I will surely die. And I found to myself that you was there. You saved me. Hero number one, Captain.
We should have left this tube around his bloody neck, Schmuck. Is that better, Ariel?
Captain.
Yes.
Can I advise you just to speak softly?
Speak softly?
Yes, gently.
What does he mean, Schmuck?
Well, everybody knows that, Captain. I mean, hemorrhoids are very susceptible to vibrations. As anybody who's driven a bicycle over a cobble street will know. A cobble over a barrel street. Take it, Fred.
It's ridiculous. Computer, give me my position.
Well, sir, you're short, you're fat. No one likes you. You don't know the script. You need more rehearsals, and you're standing near the front of the ship, you pug.
think I love you.
And please understand, I don't want to do this. But I will shoot you with my plasma gun. That worked better than I thought. I'm just coming. Bloody hell, I shot 4 people in one with that shot. Now, everybody, be warned. It's funny how everybody's going to join in now, aren't they?
We gotta get out to space. It's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out to space. Well, there's a better life for me and you. Believe me, Captain.
Outside girl, you're so young and pretty. There's one thing I know is true. You'll be dead before your time is through.
Take a spot. Watch your daddy in bed at night. Watch his hair as it turns to gray. He's been sweating and slaving his life away. He's been working so hard, every night and every day now. He's been working and slaving his life away. Yeah, yeah. We gotta get out to space. And it's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out to space. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. We gotta get out to space. And it's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out to space. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. Will you love me? Will you love me without him? Will you love me? Do you love me now that I can watch me now! Work, come on, work it out, baby. Work, oh, you're driving me crazy. Work, just a little bit slower. Like a mashed potato, I can do the twist, I can do the twist. Oh, tell me, baby, do you like it like this? Do you like it like this? Tell me, do you love me like a girl? Do you love me when I'm in the groove? Do you love me? Do you love me now that I can take? Rush me now! Work, oh, work it out, baby. Work, oh, you're driving me crazy. Work, just a little bit slow now. Like a mashed potato, I can do the twist, I can do the twist. Oh, tell me, baby, do you like it like this? Do you like it like this? Tell me, Work, come on, work it out, baby. Work, oh, you're driving me crazy. Work, just a little bit slow now. Why do you love me like a friend? Why do you love me like a girl? Do you love me? Do you love me now that I can dance? Now that I can dance. Here we are. Here we go. Let's go. We're going to give you a complete blast from the past. 10 years ago, a long time ago, it was here very first. We did a break and then we did come back, but 10 years ago we sang this song, which is appropriate for the space show. It's called Star Maker. If anybody can think that far back and remember it. Thank you. Beautiful song. As I watch the ships come by, I'm ready to my shore. I keep keep asking myself why, and if there's more on the other side. Here as I see the friends I thought I made a little bit crazy. Only now we can grow one another. Things I want, I can take the things I see, but I keep asking myself why, and if there ain't just a little bit more for me. Now it's time to count the cost, but I keep measuring what I've lost, and wondering if you knew. Oh, it would all wind up with you.
Yeah.